almost have it. Jane, don't be late. Now, just one more time, and then we move on to geography.
Geography? Why do we have to learn geography?
Alfred, if you don't learn the geography, you'll never amount to anything.
Oh, gosh.
What did you say? I know what you said, Alice. Alfred.
I know. In the corner again.
Alfred, when I was your age, I wouldn't have dreamed of saying such things.
But Mrs. Wilder, that was a long time ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
About 100 years.
Oh, Billy, it was not. It was only about 20 years ago that I was your age.
Oh, boy. Is that when there were Indians and cowboys and covered wagons and log cabins and wild buffalo?
Yes.
And dinosaurs?
No, not quite that long ago. Oh, the stories I could tell. Everything was so different then.
Tell us, please, Mrs. Wilder.
Please, couldn't this be our ancient history lesson?
Alfred, you turn around. Well, I guess I could take a little bit of time to tell you what life was like growing up on the prairie and how I became a teacher. But first, you must finish reciting your alphabet. Ready?
Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
It's a little story about a little family on a not so little prairie. Little house on the prairie. It's a little story about a little family on a not so little prairie. Little house on the prairie. It all started in 1883 in a town called Walnut Grove. Here, why don't you help me open this book? It wasn't much of a town. We had a dry goods store owned by the Olsons, a schoolhouse, and a few other buildings. Let me take you back to a very important day in my life. It's a little story about a little family on a not so little prairie. Little house on the prairie.
It's quite reliable. We said he heard from you. Now don't you say I told you, don't go spreading it around. You can trust me explicitly, I won't utter a sound. Did you hear about the rumor and the talk? I heard he said, she said, and you know just won't stop. We definitely don't gossip, but you know I heard them say the cellar around the town is full.
Well, there you are. You spread like a prairie fire in Walnut Grove.
You don't say. I can't believe it, Laura Ingalls. I just can't believe it.
It's true as can be. Even ask my pa.
That's me at 10.
You're funny looking. And look at their clothes.
Now remember, this is 20 years ago, and people were much poorer then.
Who are all those other girls?
Those were my very best friends. That's Ida Brown. She was an orphan who lived with the Reverend and Mrs. Brown. And this is Mary Powers. Her father was a tailor. And this was my best friend, Minnie Johnson. I've told you about my sister Mary before. Well, this is what she looked like.
She's very pretty.
And of course, there was Nellie. We didn't get along too well. Anyway, listen.
But why would anybody want to do a thing like that?
I don't know, but I wish I did. 'Cause this is gonna be hard.
Hard isn't the word for it. My mother says your pa is crazy.
Now don't go talking about Pa that way. He knows what he's doing.
He does? Well, it doesn't seem so to me. Me either. Why hear about terrible wild Indians out there?
You have?
Yes, and that ain't all. There are wild buffalo herds that run so fast they kill anything in sight.
Now where did you hear a thing like that?
It's true. I read in Wild Bill's Frontier Bulletin.
We are certainly going to miss you, Caroline.
Thank you, Mrs. Olson.
That's my ma.
She looks a lot like you.
She does. She was about 30 then.
Now, have I got everything?
I think so.
Let's see. Cornmeal,
Yes.
fat pork, and salt.
Already loaded on the wagon.
Well, I guess that's everything.
Here's a little basket of goodies that I prepared for your trip. William, help Mrs. Ingalls to her wagon with the rest of her things.
Yes, Mother.
Are you sure I can't talk you into buying this pretty little porcelain doll? It would sure look beautiful where you're
It
going.
is beautiful, but $3 is far too much for me. Charles always says pretty things just make a person proud.
So, Laura, it looks like you'll get behind in your schoolwork since you won't be going to school.
Oh, she'll still be doing her lessons, Nellie.
Oh, yes, of course, Mrs. Ingalls. Just not going to a real school.
I suppose school is any place where you learn. And where we're going, Mary and Laura will be learning a lot.
Mr. Ingalls, this is your horse is just fine. I put extra strong shoes on them.
Thanks, Mr. Chang. You're the best blacksmith I know.
That's my pa. Isn't he handsome?
Mr. Ingalls, are you sure about this? It's crazy what you're doing.
I thank you for your concern, but Mr. Wilcox here gave me a great price on my old place.
Don't you go blaming me for what you're doing. I told you I'd give your property back.
No, I can't do that. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time.
But Mr. Ingalls, I hear the West is a troubled place.
He's right, Charles. Man doesn't just pull up his family and go west.
I do.
The prairie's a rough place to raise a family, especially one like yours. All girls. You got no menfolk to give you a hand.
I don't know what to tell you, gentlemen. This town's just getting to be too crowded. Why, man can't even go out and hunt game anymore. Out west, the land is so flat, there are no trees. Grass grows so high and so thick, the animals wander and feed as though they were in a pasture.
The Indians are just about as thick, too. There ain't too many of sailors to help you if you get into trouble.
Charles, I wish you'd reconsider.
Don't be doing something foolish now.
No, gentlemen, this is just something I've got to do. I've waited to be free and find a land that's waiting just for me. Riding with the wind, singing with the family, step by step, hand in hand, searching for the promised land. That's why we're heading across country, heading across the land, looking for a place to call our own, looking for the promised land. We're heading across the prairie, heading across the fields, looking for a place to call our own home, looking for a place to build. The winds may come, the storms may blow, but that won't steal my dream. I must listen and follow my call, no matter where it leads.
Heading across the country, heading across the land, looking for a place to call our own, looking for the promised land. We're heading across the prairie, heading across the fields, looking for a place to call our own, looking for a place to build.
Caroline, are you ready? Mary, Laura, we're about to go out. country, heading across the land. Looking for a place to call our own, looking for the promised land. We're heading across the prairie, heading across the fields. Looking for a place to call our own, looking for a place to build. Heading across the country, heading across the land. Looking for a place to call our own, looking for the promised land. We're heading across the prairie, heading across the fields. Looking for a place to call our own, looking for a place to build. Looking for the promise, looking for the promise, looking for the promised land. Looking for the promised land, yeah!
It seemed as though we would never get to where we were going.
Where were you going?
We didn't know. Neither did Pa. He said we would travel until we found the proper place to build our new home. Days seemed like weeks. Every day was the same. Up at sunrise, we hitched up the wagon and rode until sundown. And that wagon was about the worst part of the trip, especially when crossing a river. Once, a current was so strong, it washed our dog Jack clear out of the wagon. So from that point on, we knew it was going to be a rough journey.
Oh, Mary, your hair is getting so long. Girls, why don't you make up the bedrolls? Make sure there aren't any large rocks underneath. We have enough aches and pains from the wagon as it is.
Mom, listen. What's that?
No.
What's that, Mom? What is that? What is that?
Gotcha. I see you girls made camp. Pretty good for women folk.
Look, Pa, I helped set up camp.
Any luck?
No, I'm afraid not. Jack's gone. I looked everywhere. Went all the way back down to the river. Only thing I can think of is that the current must have carried him downstream.
You sure? Well, Pa, we just have to find Jack. He'll be scared out in the dark.
I'm sorry, Half Pint. I don't know what else to do. Maybe we can look for him in the morning.
Laura, Jack's a good dog. I know he'll come back.
You don't think
Jack
that...
can take care of himself. Why, I bet he's bundled up under a pine tree, bedding down for the night.
This would have never happened if we wouldn't have left Walnut Grove. I knew we shouldn't have come out here. Nellie said that Pa was crazy for taking us out here.
Enough. You may not talk like that.
Laura, come here. I told you girls this wasn't going to be all fun. Sometimes you have to take the good with the bad. Life isn't always easy. Nobody said it would ever be easy. Nobody said it wouldn't be tough. You don't learn your lesson when the weather is breezy. You learn your lesson when the weather is rough. When times get tough, and they always do, say a little prayer and carry it through. You're God's child and he's gonna take care of you. Nobody said it would ever be easy. Nobody said it wouldn't be tough. You don't learn your lesson when the weather is breezy. You learn your lesson when the weather is rough. Moses thought that it would be easy to get those Hebrew children set free. God heard their prayers and opened up the Red Sea. Nobody said it would ever be easy. Nobody said it would be tough. You don't learn your lesson when the weather is breezy. You learn your lesson when the weather is rough. You learn your lesson when the weather is rough, is rough. Come on, girls, time to hit the hay.
Oh. Pa, do you think Jack's in heaven?
Well, a God that wouldn't forget the sparrows wouldn't leave a dog like Jack all alone.
Ma, I can't sleep. Would you sing me a song?
I suppose so.
Lullaby and good May your slumber be blessed. Go to sleep, prairie flower. Go to sleep, prairie flower. May your slumber be blessed.
Log cabin, I hear you calling me. Log cabin, please take me home and fast asleep. Lullaby and good night. May the deer and the antelope play. Let the sound of his head a discouraging way, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Log cabin, prairie flower, I hear you calling me. Log cabin, may your please take me home and fast asleep. Home on the
Finally, Pa found the perfect piece of land, hidden among the trees in the rolling prairie hills near a bubbling brook. It didn't take Pa long to clear the land. He burnt off the grass and then dug a big trench to lay the foundation. The next few days, he used the horses to pull logs up from the river. Then he began cutting each log and shaping them. He would cut notches at each end so they could hook together at the corners. It took us weeks to get ready, but once we started, it went fast.
Okay, girls, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
No use, Charles. Just too heavy.
Let's try one more time. This time, try to be a little more serious.
Okay.
How are we going to build a house all by ourselves? What we need is another pair of strong arms.
I can help.
All right, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
Jack!
Oh!
Oh, it's Jack! Jack! Oh, Jack!
Are you missing a pup?
Not anymore.
I came over because I started hanging around my place a while back, and you being new there, you know, might know whose it is.
Oh, Jack, he's our dog, sir. How did you find him?
I didn't. He found me.
We lost him when we crossed the river back yonder.
I reckon the river carried him down to my place, and he just skipped a swim until he got across.
Well, I don't know how to thank you, Mr.
Edwards, don't mention it. That's what neighbors are for. As long as I'm here. Is there anything else I might be able to help you with?
Well, come to think of it, me and the girls are having a tough time with this ornery log.
It seems we're just not strong enough to help Charles.
You're trying to build this place by yourself?
Yep, me and the girls. This is my wife, Caroline, and our 3 girls, Mary, Laura, and Carrie.
What a beautiful bunch of gals. Now, who's the mom and who's the daughters here?
Mr. Edwards, you're too kind.
Well, I'd be obliged if you'd stay and help us. Besides being beautiful, Caroline's a great cook, too. How about going and fixing our new neighbor something to eat?
I'd love to.
You sure I'm not putting you out?
Around here, we settlers gotta stick together. Just give a holler and we'll come a-running. Give a little yell and we'll come a-running. If
yell, and we'll come a-running. If you gotta be, you know that we'll be there. That's where you learn to love your neighbor, giving what you got and learning to share.
Give a little yelp, and we'll come a-running. If you got a need, you know that we'll be there. That's where you learn to love your neighbor, giving what you got, giving what you got, giving what you got, and learning to share. Yeah!
It was really something to see how everyone pitched in. It made you feel good to know there were people around that cared about you. We lived on the prairie now for almost a year. In that time, Pa dug a well, built a small barn for the horses, and planted crops. It was a rough year, but as I look back now, well worth it.
When do we get to the part about the cowboys and Indians?
It's coming, Sally, it's coming. Early in the fall, when the weather started to cool, Pa decided to go to town to get supplies for the winter. He'd only been gone about an hour when it happened.
How long will Pa be gone?
I'm sure he'll be home before you know it. Laura, will you go get that other basket of corn?
Yes, ma'am.
Started on those.
Oh, Ma, I think we have company.
Who's come visiting us all the way out here?
People with feathers growing out of the tops of their heads.
Is it?
They were right there.
I don't see any Indians.
Laura, there you go making up stories again. Indian.
They were right there.
Indians!
Oh, Ma. What are we gonna do?
Stay close to me and smile. Let them know we're friendly.
They seem friendly enough. And look, Mary, that one has a papoose. Oh, isn't he cute? He looks like a brown bundle of sugar.
Laura!
Oh, don't worry, Ma. She's just touching my skin. No, see? That's the color of my skin. Friends? Friends.
I couldn't understand why Ma was so afraid of them. Just because they were different, I guess.
I mean, you didn't get scalped?
No. In fact, the Indians very rarely scalp settlers on the prairie. But for some reason, that's all anybody ever wanted to know about the Indians.
Mrs. Ingalls, is everything all right? We were worried about you girls.
Thank goodness, Caroline, you're as white as a ghost. I'm so glad you're here.
We came running as fast as we could when we saw those Indians coming your way.
Savages, that's all they are, uncivilized savages. Did they harm you?
No, Mrs. Scott. They were our friends.
Those Indians are nothing but a bunch of dirty animals. They stink like the dickens and run around with hardly anything on.
Well, my pa says that they rub skunk musk all over their bodies to help them hunt better.
Well, I've never heard of such a thing. Your pa and Mr. Scott are just fine hunters, and they don't need to go around smelling like a skunk. Isn't that right, dear?
What? Oh, yes, dear. Anything you say.
But, Mrs. Scott, they don't use guns like we do.
Laura, you just don't know what you're talking about. I think it's high time the government should drive them west, off our land.
But it was the Indians' land before it was ours.
The land belongs to the folks who farm it. That's whose land it is.
But it was the Indians who made the trails first.
Laura, don't go talking that way to your elders.
Sorry, Mrs. Scott.
That's all right, child. You'll understand more when you get older. Well, I'm so glad they didn't scalp you, Caroline.
So am I, Mrs. Scott.
By the way, since I'm over here, I'm running short on sugar. Do you by chance have a cup I could borrow?
I'm sorry, that's one of the things Charles is getting in town.
We better be going, Mother.
Yes, you're right. Well, I'm so glad they didn't hurt you, dear. We'll keep in touch. Thank you.
Goodbye. Bye.
Well, I told Charles I'd do the heavy chores while he's gone. Laura, why don't you give me a hand?
Mary, why don't you give me a hand with dinner? You will be seeing, won't you, Mr. Edwards?
I was hoping you'd ask. Let's find some wood to chop. Where's the axe?
Right over here.
It's always good to have a nice sharp axe around here to protect you ladies in case those Indians come back. Can't let them scalp you without a fight.
You don't really believe that, do you, Mr. Edwards?
Well, you do, don't you?
No, I thought they were very interesting. Look what the little girl gave me.
That's beautiful.
They can't be too savage if they made something as beautiful as this.
I reckon you're right. Kind of liked what you were saying, Mrs. Scott.
I didn't mean to be disrespectful or anything, but I didn't think she was talking from really knowing, just talking from what she heard.
Laura, maybe you'll grow up to be a teacher. Teach people not to make judgments by what they hear.
I'm not good at book learning.
Laura Ingalls, I have a feeling you can do just about anything you put your mind to. Come on, let's find some wood to chop.
I think it was Mr. Edwards who first got me thinking about becoming a teacher. I really liked Mr. Edwards because he seemed to know a lot about life and people. Have I told you about the time the cowboys came to our cabin?
Not yet.
Well, I remember it was a beautiful, peaceful night. The sun had gone down, but you could still see the afterglow, and Pa was playing his fiddle.
Old Dan and me, we had a falling out. Now what do you reckon it was about? He trod on my corn, so I kicked him in the shin. And that is how this row began. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to eat your supper. Old Dan Tucker was a fine old man, he washed his face in a frying pan, he combed his hair with a wagon wheel, he died with a toothache in his heel. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to eat your supper. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to eat your supper. Supper's over and the dishes washed, nothing left but a piece of squash. The way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to eat your supper. You're too late to eat your supper. You're too late to eat your supper.
Oh, girls, it's time for bed. Come on, Carrie, I'll help you get ready.
Howdy, Mr. Ingalls.
Yes, that's me. What can I do ya?
Well, sorry to bother you so late and all. Mr. Edwards here told me I could find you here.
Edwards is a good friend.
Well, we're trying to secure through the area, and I got a couple men out with a sickness. I was wondering if you'd consider helping us out tomorrow.
Can you offer any payment?
Don't have any cash, but I'll give you a good-sized piece of beef.
Well, I reckon that's better than cash anyway. What do you say, Caroline?
Oh, Charles, that would be something. Can I interest you boys in some coffee?
Yeah. I reckon you won't have to twist our arms too hard, but coffee made by a woman, for some reason, always tastes better.
Where is it?
Can I ask you a question?
Of course, little lady.
What do you do every night when you're out on the prairie?
Well, there's not a whole lot to do.
After the cattle are settled, we practice our roping.
And sometimes we're peddlers in our clothes, see?
And sometimes we just sit by the campfire and sing some sad, sad songs.
Sad? Why?
Because we miss our sweethearts.
And who's that?
Whoever left in the last town.
Sometimes we just get a little crazy and start cutting up. It's cowboy cutting up time tonight. It's cowboy cutting up time tonight. We'll kick a little dust and pick a little fight. Won't go home till the morning light. It's cowboy cutting up time tonight. Yankee Doodle went to town with cow chips on his shoes. Tried to kiss a pretty girl, but she just said, hey you.
It's cowboy cutting up time tonight.
It's cowboy cutting up time tonight.
We'll kick a little dust and pick a little fight. Won't come home till the morning light. It's cowboy cutting up time tonight.
Oh, Susanna, I want you to bake a cake. 'Cause I'm out to on the prairie where the food don't taste so great.
It's cowboy cutting up time tonight. It's cowboy cutting up time tonight. We'll kick a little dust and kick a little fight. We won't come home till the morning light. It's cowboy cutting up time. It's cowboy cutting up time. It's cowboy cutting up time tonight.
Reckon we best be getting back to camp. We left Nate with the cows. He didn't feel well enough to come tonight.
Probably just something he ate. Thanks for the hospitality, ma'am.
Yes, thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow about sunrise at the river's crossing.
I'll be there. Good night now.
Bye. Good night.
Night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
I'd best be going too.
See you, Edwards. Forget.
Here.
Bye, Mr. Edwards. Bye, Mr. Edwards. That was the most fun I've had. Well, outside the Indians.
Oh, Laura. Come, girls. It's past bedtime. We should all be in bed. Charles, I'm worried about that Nathan fellow.
Who's Nathan?
He's that young cowboy they said they left back at camp. What if he's real sick?
Caroline, you worry too much. We have enough trouble as it is. Don't go taking on the cares of the rest of the world.
Ma was a worrier. Then I guess most Ma's are. They seem to have an extra sense. They feel things coming. Ma was right. Something happened that next week, changed our whole family forever.
Mary, have you got that butter for me yet?
Laura hasn't even brought the cream yet.
Well, hurry it up, girls.
Laura, hurry up. Ma wants the butter. I'm coming. Be careful. Bess isn't going to be very happy if you spill that cream all over the ground. Sorry, it just seems heavier today. Does it feel warm out here? Not exactly. You've just been working hard. That's why you're peaked. Here, pour it in here. Stop telling me what to do. Watch out. You'll spill it. There's some grass in it. You may know how to make butter, but you don't know how to milk a cow without getting grass in the milk. I didn't see you volunteer to milk Bess. What's the matter with you, Laura? Nothing.
Will you girls hurry up and get that butter for me? I'm going to need it for the pie crust in a moment. Laura, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, Ma.
Well, let me help you with that. Here.
No, really, Ma. I'm fine. I'm just a little tired.
Laura! Oh, Laura! She's burning up with fever. Carrie, go get a damp cloth from the house, and Mary, go fetch your pa. We need to get her inside.
We didn't know it at the time, but I had scarlet fever. This terrible sickness spread like a prairie fire across the Americas and killed hundreds and thousands of people in 1886. We didn't know much about it back then, or how to stop it. All we knew is that any kind of sickness meant trouble. Scarlet fever brought plenty of it to the Ingalls family. Within 4 days, our whole family had come down with it. Thank the Lord for good neighbors.
Water. Please Please, Ma, I want some water.
I'm not your ma, honey. She's as sick as you are, but I'll get you some water.
Here, I can get it.
You'll do no such thing, child. You're no more stronger than she is. John, will you get me some fresh water from the creek? I want it to be as cool as can be.
Fair enough. Thanks for coming and helping us out, Mrs. Scott.
Nonsense, you do the same for me.
How'd you get here? I don't remember you coming.
Your pa came and got me last night. He had a house full of sick girls and didn't know quite what to do. Now finish up that chicken broth before it gets cold.
Where's Pa now?
I think he's coming down with it too. He's sound asleep.
Oh, my whole body aches.
Well, it looks like you're over the worst of it. Your fever broke last night while you were asleep. You were so wet I could have wrung out your nightshirt. I tell you, I have never seen such a thing in all my days. So many people coming down with the sickness.
Water, Ma, water.
Oh, I'm coming, honey.
Oh, not now, Caroline. Get back in bed.
All right.
Oh, for heaven's sake, John, hurry. I need your help. Hurry.
What are you yelling about? I brought the water as fast as I could.
It's all right, dear. Mrs. Scott is here. I'll take good care of Mary. Mrs. Ingalls just fell out of bed. Here, hold this to her head while I get some water for Mary. Sit up, dear. I've got your water for you. Laura, I'm a little nervous. She's hotter than a tea kettle on a wood stove. Is that better, honey?
It's all right, Mary. It's all right. Mary? Can you hear me? Mary, answer me. Laura, is that you? Yes, Mary, it's me. Everything's going to be all right. Mary, look at me. Laura, where are you?
Mary never looked at me again. For you see, scarlet fever had taken the sight from Mary's beautiful green eyes.
When she was young, she'd ask so many little things. Why is sky blue? What makes grass green? When she was young, she'd see the flowers and would say, why are they bright? Why aren't they gray? Then I would say, please go away. I've things to do. Don't bother me until I'm through. Go out and play. Enjoy the day. When she was young, we'd play so many little games. She'd run and hide. I'd run away. When we were young, she'd ask so many little things. Why are your eyes brown? What makes mine green? And then she'd say, God made us that way. I just don't know why he picked you instead of me. I cannot say, but I'll know someday.
For some reason, that Christmas just wasn't the same. Oh, Mr. Edwards tried to cheer us up, but even his jolly laughter couldn't seem to break the gloom that surrounded our little log cabin.
Mom, do you think Santa Claus will be able to find us out here in the Indian Territory?
I reckon he could, but this year the creek is overflowing. I don't know if he could get across. Even Mr. Edwards isn't coming for Christmas dinner this year.
But Mr. Edwards just has to come. I made him this pair of mittens.
You heard your pa say last night a man would be risking his neck to try to cross the creek right now. But we're gonna hang your stockings anyway. You never know about Santa Claus. Here, Mary. Laura, did you want to hang your stocking?
No, Ma. I don't feel much like hanging it right now. Can I hang it for her, Ma?
I suppose. Laura doesn't want to. You may.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, yeah!
Whoa! Charles, it's beautiful.
How's that for Christmas dinner?
I've never seen anything so big in all my life.
Told you if it was any less than 20 pounds, I'd eat it all by myself. Feathers and all.
I'll get that water boiling so we can pluck those feathers.
Think you can handle one of these drumsticks, half pint? Come here, Mary. Just feel how big this bird is.
I still couldn't get over the fact that Mary couldn't see the bird with her eyes. She had to feel everything with her hands. My heart hurt so much for her. But she was brave. I never once heard her complain. Later that night.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room.
And heaven and nature
and heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing.
Oh, Pa, this is going to be the best Christmas ever.
Woo! Oh! 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 Angel, let it open up! It's cold out here!
It's Santa Claus!
Oh! 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 Oh!
Santa, is that really you? Santa, is that really you? You look sick. Of course it's not Santa, Carrie. It's Mr. Edwards.
Great fish hooks, Edwards. How'd you get here?
No, you didn't think you were gonna eat Christmas dinner without me, did you?
But you said the creek was too high to cross.
It is. A man can't cross without getting soaked from head to foot.
But you're as dry as a bone.
That's because I took my clothes off and put them on top of my head.
We're glad you're here, but it was too great a risk, Mr. Edwards.
No creek was gonna stop me from bringing your girls these gifts.
Wow, which one's mine? Oh, it's a beautiful tin cup. Oh, I got one too. My own tin cup. What did you get, Carrie? A doll, a real doll.
Oh, Mr. Edwards, you shouldn't have. Look, Carrie, your own doll.
Oh, Ma, I love her. I'm gonna name her Charlotte. Thank you so much, Mr. Edwards. You're so kind.
Don't thank me. Thank Santa.
That's not all. Did you girls check your stockings yet?
Oh, that's mine. Oh, it's a peppermint stick. Oh boy, can I eat mine now?
Yes, if you save room for your supper.
I'm going to save mine till later.
All right.
I'll just take a couple licks to see what it tastes like.
Not all the girls have checked their stockings yet.
What?
That's me. That's right, I'm talking to you, Mrs. Ingalls.
Oh, Charles, this is ridiculous.
Can't Santa get something for the best wife and mother there ever was?
It's the porcelain doll from Mrs. Olson's store. How did you get it?
Mrs. Olson wouldn't let me out of the store until I bought it for you.
But that was almost 5 months ago.
Wasn't easy keeping it in the barn with Bess. She kept wanting to lick it. I think she thought it was a piece of salt.
Oh, Charles, beautiful. Thank you.
Sure will be easier for Santa to find you now that you're moving back to Walnut Grove.
Walnut Grove? What?
Sorry, Charles, I thought they knew.
That's okay. Caroline and I were going to tell the girls after Christmas anyhow.
Is it true? We're moving back to Walnut Grove.
It's true, honey.
But why?
Well, the politicians back in Washington decided they weren't going to let us settlers homestead out here on the prairie. So we have to move back to Walnut Grove.
This has been the worst year of our lives. We have nothing. We live out in the middle of nowhere. Mary's blind, and now we're moving away from our house. The only thing we actually do have. I hate this Christmas. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
Laura, come back here.
Let her go.
She has no right to talk that way.
She just needs some time by herself. She'll figure it out.
I remember that night so well. It seemed like my whole world was falling apart. I have so much bitterness built up inside of me. I just had to let it out. I cried and cried until I couldn't cry anymore.
This just isn't fair. Why does my family have to be the one? I didn't do anything to deserve this. Sorry for being so honest, God, but I'm mad at you. If you loved Mary, why would you let her go blind? And why would you bring us out to the middle of nowhere where even Santa Claus can't find us just to be kicked off our land? I just don't understand.
God rest ye merry gentlemen.
Nobody said it would ever be easy. Nobody said it wouldn't be tough. You don't learn your lesson when the weather is breezy. You learn your lesson when the weather is rough. Nobody said it would ever be easy. Nobody said it wouldn't be tough. You don't learn your lesson when the weather
back to town.
Isn't it great? We've already got Charles a job. This town's growing so fast, we need as many carpenters as we can get. Charles is the best one.
Yes, didn't I hear that the church hired him for $15 a week to build a new building?
Yes, but I voted against it. We only paid $12 a week when we added on to our store.
Sounds like a lot of money to me.
I say we're just throwing away good money.
Charles worth every cent of it, Mrs. Olson. And he'll get that church up faster than anyone else. They're coming, they're coming, coming. They're coming. What's the road? Yes, I can't wait to see Laura again.
Hello, Ida.
Charles, good to have you back. We need to talk to you about a project.
Yes.
Hello, Caroline.
Hello, Mrs. Olson. I've got a lot of supplies I need.
You've come to the right place. I just got some new calico fabric from Chicago that I think you'll be interested in.
By the way, I just love the porcelain doll.
I knew you would. I can give you a big discount on that material. In fact, we're having a special. Anyone who purchases 10 cents or more, I'm giving away free refreshments.
Oh, it's so good to see you all. I've missed you so much.
We miss you too. School isn't just the same without you.
Is Miss Wilder still the teacher?
Yes, but I don't think for long. She can't keep control of the class. The boys take advantage of her just because she's a woman.
That's terrible. If I was their teacher, I'd knock their blocks off.
Oh, good. You're still the same old Laura. The new teacher's going to be Mrs. Owen. I hear tell she's real good.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Miss Laura Ingalls.
Hello, Nellie.
I don't know if you remember Almanzo.
Yes, of course. Hello.
Hello, Laura. It's good to have you back. Where's Mary?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary.
No problem. I was listening from inside. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
What's the matter with everybody?
Is Mary blind? Yes, Minnie, I am. I'm not deaf, though. I know you all must feel very funny, but it's still the same me. I just can't see.
Well, I guess we'll see you both at school tomorrow. I hope you didn't get too far behind being gone all that time. Coming, Almanzo?
Oh, yeah, I'm coming, Nellie.
Well, there you are, our first day back in town. Everyone was pretty much the same. Yes, even Nellie Olson. Most people were really nice to Mary, but sometimes they didn't know what to say. They felt sorry for her. And she didn't really want their sympathy. She just wanted a chance to prove that she was the same Mary she was before she went blind. There were times, however, that people were so cruel. It was a year later. I was almost 14.
Can you imagine being blind? Yeah, you wake up in the morning and walk into walls. Yeah, watch me. Whoa! Hey guys, pretend I'm Mary's claw. She ain't much to look at. She can't see neither. All my days I have to clothe her around fear. She's my blind daughter.
Stop it. I can't believe you. You make me sick. Can't you pick on somebody else?
Oh, Laura, don't go getting all steamed up now. We were just having a little fun. It's not like we're trying to hurt anybody or anything.
Oh, yeah? How does this feel? Ow. Oh, Pa, the most terrible thing just happened.
What is it, Laura?
Pa, you have to promise you won't tell Mary.
What is it?
Willie, some of the girls were making fun of Mary being blind. Oh, Pa, they were so cruel.
Did you tell Mrs. Owen?
No, Pa, I got so mad at them. I yelled at them, and then, oh, Pa, don't be mad. I hit him.
You what? I mean, you what?
No, I hit Willie Olson right in the nose.
Why would you do a thing like that?
Oh, Pa, I knew I shouldn't have, but I just couldn't help it. Sorry, with being on the school board and all.
Oh, now don't you go worrying about that.
Mad at me, Pa?
Well, in fact, I'm kind of proud of you for sticking up for your sister that way. If I was there, I would have done the same thing. Was his nose bleeding?
Yep. And then I ran as fast as I could.
Oh, Pa, you are the one I'll always run to. No matter what I've done, I know that you'll be there. And even though so many times my mouth gets me in trouble, I know you'll always love me still.
Do you know how much I love to be your daddy? There is nothing you could do to chase me away. Ever since I held you when you were a baby, you've been so precious in my eyes.
I'm so glad that I'm your girl.
I'm so glad that I'm your daddy.
Whenever I need you,
I'll come running when you cry.
I know you'll always love me.
Half pint, don't you forget it. The love that we share will never die. I'm so glad that I'm your daddy.
Whenever I need you,
I'll come running when you cry.
I know you'll always love me.
Half pint, don't you forget it. The love that we share will never die. Will never die. Laura? Well, there's something your mom and I've been wanting to talk to you about for a long time. And I think now's a good time to tell you.
We're not moving back to the prairie again, are we?
No, nothing like that. Well, I take that back. It does have to do with moving, but not us.
Then who?
Mary.
Mary? What are you saying? Where is she moving to?
She's going away to a school for blind children.
How could you?
Your mom and I have already talked to Mary about this, and she's very excited about it.
I can't believe you'd send your own daughter away just because she's blind.
No, Laura, you don't understand. This is what Mary wants. It's the best thing for her. The school has teachers that could teach Mary how to read with her hands, and teach her skills your mom and I could never do.
When does she leave?
Well, that's the big question. It takes $35 a semester, and I'm going to work extra hard this year. Maybe with the good Lord's help, we can get her there.
I've got $9 saved up, Pa. I'll give that much.
That's great, Half Pint. Every little bit helps.
And maybe I could get a job to help pay.
That's excellent, but let's concentrate on hitting the books instead of hitting the boys.
In 1 year, Ma and Pa were able to save enough money to send Mary to school in Chicago. Ma was even able to make her some new dresses. She made her a calico dress for everyday wear and 2 union suits. She also made her 2 new petticoats. Mary had to look like a lady now. She was going to be living in the big city. Oh, how I envied Mary's new dresses. I only got 1 new dress a year. Every September when school started. And I really wanted a new dress. The Ladies' Aid was sponsoring a dime social, and I wanted to look nice. I heard all the other girls were getting new dresses, and I just couldn't be the only girl without one.
Oh, Ma, I'd just rather not go.
You know we don't have that kind of money.
I know, and that's why I'll just stay home.
You've never been this way before. Why do you care what people think of you? What's gotten into you?
Oh, Ma, it's just that everybody will be looking so pretty, and I'll be looking so plain. They're gonna have square dancing and all, and I just can't go in my school dress. I hate my hair.
Your hair is lovely.
Oh, Ma, you're just saying that because you're my ma. Mary Powers and Minnie Johnson both got their bangs cut. They're looking so modern.
Bangs cut? Oh, my. Now, why would you want to do something as foolish as that? Looks like a lunatic fringe around a person's face.
Oh, Ma.
Besides, if the good Lord wanted your hair to stop growing, he would have made you that way.
Oh, Ma.
What if I let you wear my blue dress?
I couldn't wear a good dress, could I?
Why not? I don't get to wear it much. Just weddings and funerals, and I don't plan on anybody dying too soon.
Did you think it would have fit me?
I don't know. It might be a bit long. We could stitch up the hem a bit.
Do you think it would work?
We won't know until we try.
Well, I would like to thank all of you for coming and making our first social a real success. The Ladies' Aid Society has been able to raise $23 for the Mission Project. This money will be sent to Reverend Alden out west. I would also like to thank Mrs. Olson for helping with the food, and Mrs. Owens for the decorations. Well, I guess that will be all. You can continue with the music, gentlemen.
Well, hello there, Laura. I'm so glad you could make it to this social this evening.
Thank you, Mrs. Owen.
Laura, I've been wanting to talk to you about the school exhibition. It's coming up soon, and I wanted you to do the history section for the parents. Do you think you would like to do that?
Oh, I think I would like that very much. I think I'm capable.
Oh, Laura, I wouldn't have asked you if I wasn't confident that you could do it. Why don't we talk about it some more after class on Monday?
All right.
Laura, is that you?
Oh, Alonso.
You look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. And I must say, you do look rather handsome yourself.
Thanks, but this suit isn't really mine. It's my dad's.
Oh, really? It fits you so well.
Not really. I had to tie a rope around my waist to keep the pants up. See? Can I get you a drink?
Laura, you look so modern.
Hello, Alonso. That was a lovely dance. Oh, Laura, it's you. I didn't think you were coming.
I changed my mind.
I love your hair. I see your mother let you cut it.
Yes, of course.
Would you like a piece of candy?
Oh, Alonso, you're so sweet. Always thinking of me. This candy is good, but not like what we had out east.
Back east? Are you from the east?
Oh, yes. In fact, Mother still does my clothes shopping there. This dress is from New York. It's beautiful. It's nice, but you should see what I'm wearing for the next social. Where'd you get your dress, Laura?
This dress? Well, I...
Did you say you wanted a drink, Laura?
Yes, Samantha, that would be lovely.
That was me, Nellie. You know that just belongs to Mrs. Ingalls. Serves her right trying to steal Almanzo away from me.
She wasn't trying to steal anybody away. Almanzo came up to her first.
Don't kid yourself. Laura Ingalls is a snake.
Looks like she's got your bow, Nellie.
My goodness, he's not so much.
He's more than you got now.
Oh, look who's that. What were we talking about before you left? Oh, you were telling us about your dress, Laura.
Was I?
Yes, you were just about to tell us where you got it.
You mean to tell me I never told you?
No.
Well, I got this dress on our last trip to Paris.
Huh, sure you did. It's your ma's dress.
It's lovely, don't you think?
It's a little old-fashioned. Just look at this bow. Oops, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It would look better on your dress anyway.
Laura Ingalls, that hurts. I'm telling my mother. She can get you sent home. She donated all the refreshments.
Oh, you mean this?
Hello, Chang.
Oh, hello.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Mr. Wilcox. I wanted my daughter to see the singing and dancing.
Ah, I see.
Is there something wrong, Mr. Wilcox?
I don't know what to say, John. Are you invited to the social?
Not exactly, but the notice in the town hall said all is welcome.
Well, I'm sorry, John. That didn't mean you all.
But it says all.
Mean all of us here.
Ain't I part of this town?
Of course you are.
And ain't I the best blacksmith in this town?
It has nothing to do with it.
Then what?
Please, John. Don't make any trouble.
It's because of my color, isn't it?
Shh, gentlemen, please. Must we do this at the party?
I'm sorry, ma'am, but Mr. Wilcox says I'm not wanted at this party. I just wanted my daughter to see the singing and dancing.
Now, Chang, you should know better. White folks stay with white folk, and you stay with your kind.
That's the whole reason I moved out west. I thought we were all the same out here. At least I'm just one of you settlers when you need your horses shoed or your wagon wheel repaired. But I guess I'm not good enough to socialize with you people. Come on.
Oh, wait, but we don't want you to leave.
No, Laura, I don't stay where I'm not wanted. Come on.
Yes, Papa.
Bye, Laura. What is everybody staring at? You mean to say you're just gonna let them leave like that?
For heaven's sakes, Laura. You've been taught better than that. You know whites and colors don't mix.
You're right. I have been taught better. If Mr. Chang isn't welcome here, then neither am I.
There you go again, Laura. Getting steamed up over nothing.
Oh, am I? Why is this any different from kicking somebody out because they've got freckles on their face or they're blind? Good night. I wish I could say I had a wonderful time.
Laura, wait. May I walk you home?
I thought you came with Nellie.
I did. But somebody spilled punch all over her dress, and she had to go home to change. Probably knew that dress from New York.
That wasn't very nice, was it?
Well, she was asking for it. May I walk you home?
Well, that really wouldn't be necessary. But that is very thoughtful, if you'd like.
I would like to very much.
That night at the social, I discovered some new things about myself. First, I learned that what Ma said was right. I didn't have to pretend to be anyone other than myself. People should like you for who you are, and not what you wear, how you look. I also learned that my stomach felt funny when I was around someone I liked very much. Almanzo Wilder was quite a gentleman, but boy, were we different.
Well, aren't you gonna say something?
What would you like me to say?
Well, I don't know. I just thought that when somebody walks you home, they were supposed to talk.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I thought the party was lovely. Everybody looked so pretty. The girls, I mean, not the boys. Boys aren't supposed to look pretty. Boys are supposed to look handsome. Did you know that?
Yes, I've heard that before.
Well, I thought the food was really very lovely, too. My favorite were the oranges. Only ever had an orange once in my life. That was so long ago, I had forgotten what they tasted like. Oranges are such a perfect food, too, because they are broken up into little tiny segments, not like an apple. Apples are good, but I like oranges better. Don't you?
Actually, Laura, I've never thought about it before.
Oh, I have. Think about the strangest things.
Like what?
Oh, what's so funny?
Oh, nothing.
Yes, there was. I was talking and you started laughing. What was it?
I was just enjoying hearing you talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking too much. My pa says that I should be a teacher.
Well, you'd make a fine teacher. I like to hear you talk.
You do?
Yes. I just thought it was funny that I couldn't think of anything to talk about, and you didn't find it hard at all.
I love to talk.
Well, maybe that's why I like you.
Is that why you like Nellie Olson?
I don't like Nellie. What makes you think I like her?
Well, she talks a lot, doesn't she?
Yeah, but she talks nonsense. When you talk, you make a lot of sense.
I do. Sometimes I don't think so.
I like the way you stand up for what you think is right, and you don't care what people think of you.
You do? I thought most boys wanted a girl to be quiet and still.
I don't know about most boys, but I think most men want a woman to be able to think on her own. I like that in you, Laura. I like it a lot.
Oh.
If you do become a teacher, you'll make a great one, because you'll push your students to know why they think the way they do, instead of just believing something because someone told them it's so.
Oh.
Now look who's not saying anything.
Hear the wind blow, dear, hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Down in the valley so low.
Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, dear, hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow.
Hey, that was fun. Can I try one?
Sure.
Oh, my darling.
Oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you were lost and gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you were lost and gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine.
I think I know harmony. Can I try it?
Yeah.
Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you were lost and gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine.
Hey, let me think of one. I know. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you, Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Well, it looks like we're here. Thank you for letting me walk you home.
Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome indeed. Good night.
Good night. Say, do you like horses?
Do I?
I got a brand new horse and buggy. Would you like to go for a ride with me on Sunday?
You bet I would. I mean, yes, that would be lovely.
Terrific. I'll pick you up after church if that's all right.
That would be perfect.
Great.
Great.
Good night.
Good night, Almanza Wilder.
Did you marry Almanzo? What did he look like? How did he get such a funny name?
Of course she married Almanzo. She already told us his last name is Wilder.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
That's not a dumb question, Alice. I was just like you. I always wanted to know all the little details. And the answer to your question is yes. Mr. Almanzo Wilder is very handsome.
But you never told us how you became a teacher.
But it didn't happen as I had expected. I was working so hard on my exams. There were very hard tests you had to pass to get your teacher's certificate.
Ew, like an English exam.
Yes, Billy, even English. That's why I make you work so hard at diagramming sentences.
Well, you don't have to worry about me. I never want to be a school teacher.
Remember, that's what I said at one time. There were also tests you had to pass in history, arithmetic, and geography. I was studying so hard because in 1 year, I would be 16, and that would qualify me to take the test. I wanted to keep teaching so I could help keep Mary at the School for the Blind. Remember when Mrs. Olson asked me to give the history section at the teacher's exhibition? Well, it happened that night. The school was as crowded as could be, and there I stood in the middle of all those people giving my speech.
And that is why I believe Andrew Stonewall Jackson became one of this country's most popular presidents.
Thank you, Laura. And for all of you who participated in the program this evening, I wanted to thank you all for coming to the school exhibition. Thank you and good night. Oh yes, Mrs. Olson was so kind to provide all of the refreshments.
Who is that, Mrs. Owens?
Do you mean Laura Ingalls?
Yes. We would like to speak to the two of you if we may.
Certainly. Laura, I would like to introduce you to Mrs. Both. She is from the State Board of Education.
It's so nice to meet you, Laura. Let me get straight to the point. This is Mr. Brewster. He is looking for a school teacher at a school they're beginning about 12 miles from here.
Pleased to meet you, Laura. Your speech was terrific.
Thank you.
Now, Laura, I know this is a bit irregular, but we would like to ask you to become the teacher for their new school.
I'm not old enough yet.
I'm not concerned about your age. The way you held the whole crowd spellbound tonight, talking about the way Andrew Jackson took Florida from Spain. It proves that you are more than capable. I believe that you're the one for us.
Well, thank you, but what about the examinations?
Well, if Mrs. Olson gives her approval, then I can give you the certification papers right now. There's no need for the exam.
Laura is one of the best students I've ever had. She would make a terrific teacher.
Wonderful. I will drop the papers tonight, if that is all right with you.
Pa?
That'll be fine. Have fun. Your mom, I couldn't be prouder.
Now, it's a small community. They won't be able to afford much more than $20 a month plus board.
And it'll only be a 2-month school to start with. I hope that's okay. It won't be easy, but it's a great place to start.
Well, we're good at that. After all, nobody said life would come easy, did they, Pa?
Well, that's how I became a teacher. I was able to save enough money to send the $35 to Mary, and she was able to graduate with honors. I always felt that being a teacher was the greatest thing a person could be. Teaching others that no matter what color your skin is or what you look like, you're a special person, just the way God made you. If you have a dream that seems far away, though it burns in your heart, it is just beyond your hand. Don't give up, you will find a way to make it come true, just as you planned. A dream is a seed God plants in your heart to call us to rise above the dark clouds of day. A dream is a seed God plants in your heart to make it come true, make it come true, make it come true. You must search for a way. Like my daddy said, nobody said it would ever be easy. Nobody said it wouldn't be tough. You don't learn your lesson when the weather is breezy. You learn your lesson when the weather is rough. Come on, why don't you try it? Nobody said it would ever be easy. Nobody said it wouldn't be tough. You don't learn your lesson when the weather is breezy. You learn your lesson when the weather is rough.
Times get tough and they always do. Say a little prayer and carry it through.
You're God's child and He's gonna take care of you. Nobody said it would ever be easy. Nobody said it wouldn't be tough. You don't learn your lesson when the weather is breezy. You learn your lesson when the weather is rough.